Hey guys, Ben here and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about Peacemaker and the potential cameos that are going to be coming up later in Season 2. So we're going to be talking all about Superman characters, Batman characters, and breaking down what people are saying online. So if you do go on to enjoy the video, please be sure to leave a like and a comment and subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss any future videos later this year. Okay, so we're going to be breaking down two articles, one from The Direct and one from Screen Rant. One is all to do with potential Superman cameos in Season 2, and also the other article from Screen Rant is to do with Batman. So let's go through this. Let's start with the Batman article first. So the title of the article is Batman's first official DCU appearance is within 6 weeks, according to intense DC theory. So Batman's arrival in the DCU could be imminent according to one theory about where the hero will debut. The DCU is still in its infancy with just a handful of projects currently available to watch: Creature Commandos, Superman, the first couple episodes of Peacemaker Season 2, they're all available to watch now online, and many more characters are slated to arrive over the coming years. However, one central DCU figure that could be appearing sooner rather than later is Batman. So while James Gunn has established a strict rule that no DCU project will enter production until it has a solid finished script attached to it, there are some significant heroes who are guaranteed to join this franchise despite their solo projects still being some way out, and among them Batman is perhaps the most hotly anticipated. So obviously everyone wants Batman, like we all are expecting Batman to be a key figure in the DCU, just like how Superman is going to be a huge thing in the DCU because they are part of the Trinity, and Wonder Woman, as confirmed recently, is coming to the DCU. It's just a matter of time, and obviously with all these projects coming out, Lanterns coming out next year, with Supergirl coming out, you can expect cameos just like you had in Superman. You had Supergirl show up, you had the Justice Gang. In Peacemaker at the start we have had already Superman, Supergirl show up again, and the Justice Gang. So the groundwork has already been laid for like what to expect. So let's talk about these Season 2 cameos that could potentially be coming. So while Brave and the Bold is set to be Batman's first solo film in the DCU, Gunn has confirmed that there is not a complete script for the Batman project just yet. This could potentially mean that we are still years away from seeing the Caped Crusader on the big screen in the DCU, but Gunn has also teased a big cameo for Peacemaker Season 2, and obviously this has got people speculating online, what could it be? And while Batman may not be preparing for his solo outing just yet, there is a possibility that Gunn has cast an actor in the role behind the scenes, ready to appear in other projects before his own solo film. And if that's the case, it's possible they could appear much sooner than expected. So with Peacemaker Season 2 being a central part of the DCU and the interconnected nature of those stories, it's entirely possible that this could be the first project to feature Batman, even if it's just for a cameo appearance. So they go on by saying Peacemaker Season 2 story has the perfect Batman setup. So it might seem right now that it could be far-fetched to assume that Batman might show up in Peacemaker Season 2. There are some details that hint at why this would work as Batman's DCU debut. For instance, Batman is one of the only characters associated with the Justice League that was absent from Season 1's original ending, which obviously had the Justice League of the DCEU, but Batman didn't show up in that. And while Peacemaker Season 2 replaced a lineup with the Justice Gang in the first episode, Superman and Supergirl joined them as well, it is still notably left out of any corresponding version of DCU's Dark Knight. So this could suggest that Batman is operating independently right now, and he is away from any of the team-ups that are happening because he is pretty much always a solo hero apart from when he joins the Justice League. And so more than that, Peacemaker Season 2 is clearly messing with the multiverse, which means potentially you could have like a multiversal cameo for Batman. Obviously they've already broken down the walls between the two realities with Peacemaker meeting his doppelganger, and with Batman's access to advanced resources, he could easily be aware of the signals that Argus are tracking, and he could be aware of the multiverse, and maybe that is how he is brought into the fold. And also considering the damage caused by Lex with the pocket dimensions in Superman, Batman could be on high alert about stopping some similar threats, so he could show up as like a last minute thing in Peacemaker. And obviously this is a very big theory right now, like nothing is really suggesting that it's anywhere near confirmed. Like it's just fans speculating and writers speculating online that, oh, what if it is Batman? Like how would this make sense? And obviously this article has basically gone into the nitty gritty about why they think Batman could be that big cameo that James Gunn is teasing, but other people are thinking it's other cameos. So Rick Flag actor, or Rick Flag Sr. actually, Frank Grillo, who showed up in Superman, who's in Peacemaker Season 2, said, and I quote, "Can't really say anything about the possibility of seeing more cameos from Superman in Peacemaker Season 2, so this is more to do with Superman in this direct article, so we're going to be breaking this down now, and then obviously at the end of the video, I'm going to be just recapping everything and giving you my final thoughts on who I think the cameo will be." So James Gunn has said that Peacemaker Season 2 is a direct sequel to Superman, so it literally continues where Superman ended, meaning that some narratives and characters will carry over into the 8-episode series for Season 2, and Peacemaker Season 2 Episode 1 provided fans a glimpse of the interconnected nature between Peacemaker and Superman, bringing in Nathan Fillion's Guy Gardner, Hawkgirl, and the rest of the Justice Gang, including Mr. Terrific. It was also confirmed in behind the scenes footage that 2 of Lex's henchmen that we saw in Superman are going to be showing up in Peacemaker Season 2, that being Otis and Sydney. Obviously most notably Otis, because he played a fairly big role within Lex's scenes in Superman. So while fans wonder if Superman himself will show up in the show's sophomore season, 2 of the Peacemaker stars have shared their thoughts about the possible cameo. So in an interview with the Fortress of Solitude, Peacemaker stars Frank Grillo and Jennifer Holland explained Superman's absence in the series while teasing the possible appearance of the hero and more characters from the 2025 reboot in Peacemaker. So Holland, who plays Emilia Harcourt in Peacemaker, has said that fans need to accept that everybody's busy doing their own thing in DCU and then like not gonna all show up at the same time. That's the same thing with any universe. Like I remember that was always the debate in the Arrowverse, like why isn't the Flash showing up to help Green Arrow take down Damien Dark? But they're all busy with their own threats and the heroes protect their city, and if it comes to it, they will ask for help. And so that's where you get team-ups. But this is the quote from Jennifer Holland. "I think that the first thing you have to let go of when you're watching superhero films and TV, I guess, that have a wider connected tissue is, why didn't they just call this person? Why didn't they just call that person? You have to accept that everyone's busy doing their own thing and that each individual group of superheroes or the factions that exist like Argus have their own missions that they have to attend to. It's kind of the same way that the CIA doesn't always call the FBI. They have their own divisions they work on. That's just my opinion. We can't always pay for the people to do their cameos, and that's just the way it is." So she's basically saying, and you guys all understand this, all these heroes aren't going to show up all the time. There's not going to be consistent team-ups, but if they get the actors who they want to cameo as certain characters in the show or in different films, like they're going to show up. And Frank Grillo, who plays Rick Flag Sr., confirmed that there is bad blood between Rick Flag Sr. and Superman after what happened in that film. And while he played coy about Superman's appearance in Season 2, Grillo teased that the final 3 episodes could have a surprise cameo in store for the Man of Steel, and I quote, "I do think that there's certainly bad blood between Rick Flag and Superman, but I also agree that there's not always availability to show up when they are needed. But saying that, I don't think you've seen more than 5 episodes," talking to the interviewer, "so we can't really say anything." Obviously that's a teaser for what's to come. We know there are lots of major twists and turns coming in these last 3 episodes. That's what James Gunn has been previously quoted as saying. So there is a reason why they held back showing those final 3 episodes to avoid spoilers getting out there. And so personally, I have to say, I think there are going to be a couple of cameos. I don't think it's just going to be one cameo. I think potentially Superman might show up. He's probably going to be like the big cameo in terms of someone we've already seen. But I also think there will be at least one cameo, could be 2, of new characters that is obviously going to tease the future of the DCU. I don't know if it could be like one of the Green Lanterns alongside Guy Gardner, because obviously Lanterns comes out next year. Could be Supergirl, since her film comes out in a year as well. So there is always options. So that pretty much does it for this video, guys. Please let me know down in the comments below, who do you think is showing up at the end of Peacemaker Season 2? But for now, you can subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss any future videos. And you can click on the top right corner of the screen to watch my latest video. And I'll catch you guys later. Goodbye.